I'm sorry, I'm not going to argue with people that are broker than me about money.
Understood. Yay, we think.
A very iconic and very, very polarizing figure in rap, fashion, and pop culture. There's not much of an introduction Kanye needs. If you guys didn't know, I have a video talking about some of the decade's most active and well-known rappers, and I didn't talk about Kanye for a good reason. He has been in the news a lot lately for some things that have caught a lot of people's attention, and I haven't really seen or heard much about him since he said, "Yo, Dot, I got you," and proceeded to drop straight buns. So I believe it's a perfect time to talk about him with the legacy week he's having. And is there any way, shape, or form his words and actions are defensible in any kind of way? I also believe there's more conversation to be had about Kanye the person rather than his music. Like, do I think his discography is all-time great? Yes. I know, right? That's very shocking. It's almost like I'm on an island here. There's no unique input or something I could say that hasn't been said about his music already. But him the person, who knows for sure why he's saying the things he's saying, and why is he saying them now? Like I said before, Kanye is not just known for his music, but all of his moments in pop culture. The Grammys with Taylor Swift, telling people that George Bush doesn't care about the black people, got divorced, that his White Lives Matter, and that BS STEM player. I pray to God no one paid $200 to listen to Out of Prime Ye. In ball terms, that's like spending $500 on an exclusive TV package to watch Wizards MJ. Like, you gotta be sick in the head to be doing something like that. And that's what Kanye meat riders are today. Like, $300 for Celtic Shaq, sign me up right now. I still can't believe these things exist. Like, looking at this shit pissed me off. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. One of his most recent controversies occurred at the Grammys. If you guys don't know, he's walking down the red carpet with his wife, and she's in nothing but a jacket. She drops her jacket, and it's nothing but net. And ass. If my memory serves me right, and it's not dog shit, I've never seen someone wear something this see-through, or this revealing, you know? I had to go do research to see if this was like a common fashion choice. And I saw some things, like this is an actual quote. Like, chills bro, chills. Right guys. Don't keep up with any fashion shows or red carpet runways or whatever. Like, this is my sports ball. But I don't think any of the other dresses even compare to this one. Imagine being that one guy who's waiting for this moment to steal the show with some ridiculous fashion statement, like wearing an opium house. You don't even headline the blasphemy. Well, no need to imagine that. And then after that, everything's quiet for a few days. Chill, peaceful, and then proceeds to drop this. Most of you guys know this is not the first time he's had Twitter rants like this. He did something exactly like this a year or two ago. And then on top of that, he did interviews that just made people more upset. He speaks on multiple things like how we need to free Diddy and how he's being done dirty by the woke media, why he has dominion over his wife, explaining how we're all just broke woke pawns and have inferior word compared to him because he's a billionaire. He also mentions how fat people shouldn't be anywhere near a fashion runway, how he uses the Jeffy word, sprinkled with some Miles glaze, and then a whole novel about Jewish people. And after all that, his fans are going to come out the shadows and say some shit like, he made graduation, flashing lights, hood classic. Pretty much just violated every demographic in New York in those tweets. No album is saving him from all this slander. Now the question is, are people going to separate art from artists? Me personally, I never really cared about anything celebrities say. I don't defend them when it comes to anything. And at the same time, I'm not going to be out here preaching that I'm never listening to his music again, you know what I mean? To go into slightly more depth, does not listening to Kanye make you feel like a better person? Most people don't even know your favorite artists. Logging 0 minutes of him isn't going to have Spotify wrapped on your piece, nor does it make people think highly or more or less of you. And on the other side, why are you defending a grown man who said Hitler is so fresh? Like, you need to be sick in the head to be some keyboard warrior for him. I'm not some Kanye diehard fan. I'm not a glazer. But why should I care to keep up with anything they do or say? I can say something they do is right or wrong, but I'm not making the decisions to shake up society's landscape. In the big 2025, I think we just need to make a habit of just not defending and going after people that don't know who you are. And anything they do or say does not affect you or your loved ones' lives. Things will just play out themselves. And if you don't do that already, I'm proud. Good boy. But the rest of the people, why are we wasting our time getting emotionally invested in stuff like this? Like, how does this do you any good? Where's the joy in this? And if you don't want to listen to an artist because of the things they do, if you're saying that artist had bangers previously and all of a sudden, because you don't rock with them anymore, they don't have bangers, that's not how music works. A banger is a banger no matter what. I think there's things we could both acknowledge at the same time. Ye could be drafting up Mein Kampf 2 as we speak, but it doesn't change the fact that Devil in a New Dress has some of the best production that's ever touched our ears. But if you can't listen to it the same, that's fine. One message you get from seeing all these tweets is that if you got millions on millions of dollars, you can say the most despicable, wicked, mook shit ever and get away with it. Like the First Amendment with wealth is a hell of a drug. Take a look in the mirror and imagine you said all the things he said these past couple of days. For most people, you'd be out of a job, out of the group chat, probably out of the family. Like to him, that shit don't matter to him. He's rich. He literally mentioned all this in his tweets. Bottom line is Kanye is going to say whatever he wants as long as his IQ isn't room temperature and all of a sudden forgets how to speak. Because of his generational wealth, he believes he has nothing to lose and doesn't really care what he does or does not say at this point. Is he going to fund some kind of revolution? No. He dropped that motherfucking t-shirt and then disappeared for a few days. Then came back saying he realized he wasn't a Nazi. I think people just roll their eyes at whatever he says and the world keeps on spinning. I also question everything he's saying now. Aren't these thoughts he had 10, 15 years ago maybe and didn't say anything because he wasn't in the position he's in now? Let's be honest, Kanye isn't the only person in the world with thoughts crazy, radical to this extent. But don't you think him being wealthy turns off his filter? I would like to think so. Now, more recently, the stuff he says about Kendrick seems to be for attention. I get his new fans are insufferable. For example, this right here reinforces dead internet theory. These are not real people. No shot. My conclusion about his tweets is some of them are very controversial and not even crazy to say, but too many of them are just way too bad. Him being a billionaire made his filter way worse, and he likes the eyes on him, and of course, he's just simply crazy. And you got no business defending this man. You got nothing to gain. All this passion he puts into crafting these tweets should have been the same effort he used to spit some decent lyrics on his last project. Lyrically was an abomination on that project, and he took an entire dump on it. And then there was that snippet that dropped a few days ago, Bully. Brother, this has to be AI. The lyrics will catch your attention this time around, I will say that. For this video, this was the first time I was doom scrolling on Twitter in years, and man, I'm gonna need a job application after all this. But it had its moments, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get something quick out. I appreciate the support on my last video, and this video too as well. I'm in school right now, and I really want to try and drop videos throughout the semester, although this could badly backfire, but we ball, I guess. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment literally anything, and I'll catch y'all.
Like and sub, cue the outro.